Strictly music, only music, and nothing else. And for the longest, we've heard this phrase, Youngboy better. Youngboy is better, why be better, and things of the like, which I do agree with to a certain extent because he is a very, 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 very talented artist, very talented, once in a lifetime, I believe, generational talent. However, my question is, why is he not recognized as such? Youngboy has just, and it's been reported, feel free to fact check me on this, but Youngboy has just broke the record for the most charting albums by any rapper in Billboard 200 history, with the count for him being 34. Now, why do we never hear these things in regards to the artist known as NBA Youngboy? Let's go ahead and just have an open discussion and see if we can't spitball or maybe even get to the bottom of why he's not given the notoriety that he so dearly deserves. Strictly music, only music, and nothing else. Let's go ahead and get right into it. In my opinion, the closest thing that I can relate something of this nature to is what we've seen happen with the artist known as Chief Keeferson. We seen for a very, very long time, Chief Keef did not get the notoriety that he deserved. He wasn't even allowed at the award show, I believe it was the BET, or maybe several award shows, for quite some time. And when artists are clearly so popular with the people on a street level or just a level of normalcy outside of the quote unquote industry, when those artists are not recognized for the work and the accolades that they have, it kind of lends, more credence to the idea that the industry is kind of fake and bogus and it's all a facade, because we know these individuals are who they are, regardless of a Grammy, regardless of an award, regardless of any accolade. We know that these individuals are extraordinarily talented. When they're not recognized as such, it kind of makes us lose faith in the industry as a whole. For an artist to chart as frequently, if not more so, than a Drake, than a Future, than a Travis, I mean, anybody that you can think of that charts consistently, Youngboy does the same. This is a real Black Beetle here. And we don't recognize him outside of a quote unquote street level, outside of a quote unquote social media forum or maybe YouTube. He's referred to as the king of YouTube as well. Why is that? I think the answer is fairly simple. He just does not fit the mold of the industry. He even has a song called Fuck the Industry, for lack of a better term. He knows he doesn't fit the mold. I don't think he tries to fit the mold. But one of my favorite sayings, women lie, men lie, numbers don't. And you cannot deny that this particular artist is just that goddamn good. He's better than a lot of artists, regardless of what we may think about him personally. I'm not the biggest fan of some of the people that we call GOATs musically, but I will always acknowledge their talent. For example, I'm not a big fan of Jay-Z. I know that's a record scratch, but I understand and I recognize his contribution and his ability as one of the better or greatest rappers of all time. He is in the conversation, or any conversation that we would have about top 10 rappers and things of that nature, but I'm not a huge fan of him, and I feel like a lot of people may not be a huge fan of Youngboy, which lends them to believe that he doesn't deserve the credit that we keep trying to give him on the street level. But numerically he does. Opinions aside, he has broken record after record after record, and every time he drops, we listen. He charts at the top of YouTube, and apparently he's been smashing Billboard charts. He's broken the record for the most entries in the Billboard charts by any rapper. Feel free to fact check me. We have to start giving credit to the people. The people's choice doesn't seem to have as much weight as the industry's choice these days. The industry chooses who they want, the people choose who they want, and the industry favors their choice. We need a forum and or an awards where the people choose. And then we will truly see who's dominating the ears of the masses in the rap scene. And I do not believe it is the ones that they consistently shove in our faces. I mean, how many awards has Megan Thee Stallion won at this point? Not saying she doesn't have a fan base, not saying she's not a talented artist, but we're not really listening to Megan Thee Stallion on a street level. Not street meaning hood or gangsta, quote unquote, just people in general. And we can be honest about that. This is strictly music, only music, and nothing else. If you want somebody to piss on your leg and tell you it's raining, please feel free to listen to another channel. This is not the one. And I do believe my audience is also as honest and as blatant as I am. If we truly do believe Youngboy is better, how do artists in his predicament with the accolades and the notoriety that they have on a street level, how do they or will they ever be able to receive industry and or mainstream credit? We see Lil Boozy reference this in some of his interviews about when he was coming up, how he wasn't going to get some of the industry credit for some of his accolades, even though he felt he deserved it. We seen it with Chief Keef, who wasn't allowed at award shows for the longest, and he is single-handedly responsible for a whole genre of music. If we are going to tell the story of modern day rap, we have to accurately portray. It's like a cover-up almost. We don't point to the people that deserve to be pointed to in terms of the pioneers of this modern culture, regardless of what you feel about it, whether you like the culture, the state of the culture currently or not. We have to admire the pioneers, and we give Lil Wayne all the credit in the world. Wayne did it, Wayne did it, Wayne did it. Youngboy is fathering a new generation of rappers, and I do believe it is time to give him just a bit of credit. Now, with that being said, he may not be my favorite artist. I do enjoy a great many of his songs and albums. I just want the industry to be honest about who's running things on a street level, on a public level. Not saying he's dominating every aspect. Some people don't like this type of music. But God damn it, if we put a pie chart up and we give it to these kids, Cardi and Youngboy are going to be a good chunk of that circle. And we all know this. If you know, you know. And we could talk old music as well. But right now we're discussing modern hip hop. And we're also discussing the fact that Youngboy just broke another record with the most entries on a Billboard Top 200. And you can hear a pin drop as he just silently collects his plaques and his accolades and just goes about his way and continues to make music. I have yet to see him recognized in any public industry space. And that just lets you know, like so many artists before him have said, the industry is rigged. So we the people must do our due diligence to acknowledge the things that they tried to hide in terms of whose music is doing the real legwork out here without the industry push or with a very light industry push. Strictly music, only music, and nothing else. Thoughts, questions, and comments in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe, and get at me, though.